People from all over Midland are paying tribute to fallen Deputy Sergeant Mike Naylor, from keeping their porch lights on to writing a simple thank you.
Let's think of some words that we can use in our letters today. They protect us. They keep us safe. Without them, would we be very safe?
No.
Miss Beeson's third grade class is working on a special assignment today.
We're about to write thank you letters to the police department for what they do.
Dear police officer, I am so proud of you.
In their words, third graders are telling first responders thank you.
So good and helpful. I wish I was a police officer too. Y'all are so brave. Thank you.
This comes after Midland County Deputy Sergeant Mike Naylor was killed in the line of duty last week. Sergeant Naylor served in the United States Air Force for 26 years as a senior master sergeant. He then joined the Midland Sheriff's Department in 1999. From drawing pictures to keeping a porch light on, people all over town are honoring Sergeant Naylor's life of service.
To see that the community is actually embracing and really being affected by it, it really touches your heart. It's a pretty easy way for everybody to show their support and show their grieving.
It's Midland's promise to never forget. Reporting in Midland, Tatum Guinn, CBS 7 News.
Today is the day that the city of Pecos has been waiting for all week. We can now report any danger of flooding is now over.
Everyone is all smiles in Pecos today. They can finally say there is no longer a danger of flooding.
We are feeling very relieved today, and we are all taking a nice deep breath and being able to exhale and feel good about it. We think it's just going to keep flowing at the level it is right now, so we do not anticipate any more flooding coming into Pecos.
Local crews have been hard at work since the crisis began Saturday.
The water's gone over the riverbanks there. Just letting you notify you guys that keep an eye on it.
State and federal agencies also stepped in to help monitor the situation.
You always plan for the worst when you are hearing all these reports coming in because you don't want to be caught off guard.
TxDOT and Union Pacific acted fast to build berms and stack river debris to divert all water away from town and towards Ward County. Mayor Seals says the help from outside agencies really helped save Pecos from disaster.
We really think we have averted a very big possible situation with a lot of possible damage to the community, but fortunately everything has turned out really well. And I think we did plan for the worst case scenario, and fortunately for us, it did not happen.
All agencies that were in town helping out are starting to scale back and head home. They expect all of them to be gone by tomorrow. Reporting in Pecos, Tatum Guinn, CBS 7 News. It has been nothing short of a chaotic day for both parents and Hood Junior High students, as 60 students and staff were exposed to mercury earlier today. Right now, a hazmat company is here on the scene working to decontaminate the school. We spoke with parents that say, given the situation, they're glad it wasn't something much worse. One by one, Hood Junior High students were released to their parents, making for a short day of school.
Did you ever get scared?
Of course not.
Not really.
By the looks of it, you wouldn't guess this was a scene of an emergency situation just an hour earlier.
I don't know. I don't even know what happened.
ECISD officials say hazmat crews arrived on the scene around 10:30 after 20 students were exposed to the chemical element. They soon learned 40 more students were exposed as well.
Everyone was just worried, and our teacher was saying, don't go outside and all that.
The district then took action notifying parents.
I'm very relieved. When I heard about it, I knew they were fine. Better safe than sorry, right? And I know it took people were complaining, it took a while, but if they're taking care of our kids first, then I'm okay with the phone call an hour later.
Hundreds of parents waited outside for hours, waiting to hear if their child was okay, and then to take them home.
We hope everybody else is okay, but you know, there are worse things that could probably have happened.
So take them a bath and wash their clothes.
Now that the students are decontaminated, the task of decontaminating the school has begun. We spoke with ECISD officials just a little while ago, and they say that school here at Hood Junior High will resume on its normal schedule tomorrow morning. And if that does change, we will be sure to bring you the very latest. For now, reporting live in Odessa, I'm Tatum Guinn, CBS 7 News. Mike, we are really just playing the waiting game today. We're waiting for all of the water that was up in the northern part of the county to make its way down here to Pecos. Now the river levels do continue to rise, but that water that we're seeing today is from the rain that fell on Friday. So it'll be at least until Wednesday until we see any more of the water that fell in the past 48 hours. We did speak with Mayor Vanetta Seals earlier today, who says that they expect upwards of 10 feet of water to make its way to Pecos in the coming days. Now we are outside of the Red Cross emergency shelter that will remain open for as long as it is needed. We are waiting for Mayor Vanetta Seals to come out and give us another update that's expected to come here pretty soon. There are multiple road closures right now. You can go online to CBS7.com for a look at all of those. It's all within the county, nothing really in town at this time. Be sure to stay with CBS 7 and CBS7.com for the very latest. Reporting live in Pecos, I'm Tatum Guinn, CBS 7 News. The EPA's concern right now is when they walk through the school, they seem to be picking up traces of the mercury on the bottom of their shoes.
Tatum, thanks so much. So a lot of people are going to be wondering, why are they so worried about this mercury on the bottom of shoes?
Well, I'll show you. Okay, pretend that this water right here on the ground is the mercury. When you walk through it, you see tracks. Mercury does the exact same thing. Now, the concern is that these tracks will soon turn into vapors, and the vapors is what is toxic when it comes to mercury. Now, what they're worried about is that these tracks would be taken into a home, which would create an even bigger problem. Well, no matter what, change is on the way. Tonight, we know that ECISD will have new boundary lines for elementary, middle school, and high schools at the start of next school year.
This intersection has been the scene of multiple crashes throughout the years. Now, we spoke with one woman who says if there had been stop signs at the time of her crash, it would have at least slowed people down or even prevented her crash altogether.
And this announcement has left parents no choice but to enroll their children into other schools. But with the start of class less than a week away, many fear it's too late.
Every Wednesday is open mic night at La Kiva. Tonight's open mic took on a different tone.
Well, I found myself in the middle of nowhere.
In the midst of tragedy, the people of Terlingua kept tradition going tonight.
He liked his Tuesday night karaoke, and he liked his Wednesday night open mic.
They're here because they know that's how Glenn Feltz would want it.
Well, La Kiva's the place to be. Everybody always just came here to be together.
I think one of the best times I ever had down here was about a year ago at La Kiva.
Those that knew Feltz say he liked the music that plays at his restaurant. Easygoing.
He's just a sweet, angelic fella.
He was a very gentle soul and loving and kind and funny.
They play not only because of tradition, but because they know he's somewhere singing right along with them.
It doesn't belong that Glenn's not here for this because he'd get a kick out of this.
In Terlingua, I'm Tatum Guinn, CBS 7 News.
Watching mine shaft sparkle when we light the fuse. Sit on the porch and
Today is the day Marine recruits have been chasing after the past 3 months.
It's really exciting.
It's their final days of boot camp, a day hundreds of families have been waiting for.
It's hard to be away from your son for 3 months. When he's never been away from you for longer than maybe church camp, it's extremely hard. That first leaving was tough. It was tough. It was.
Why are you sitting outside looking at me now? Do you understand? Yes, sir!
3 months ago, these young Marines made a commitment to serve our country.
No!
They began their journey to be part of this elite group of warriors.
Yes, sir! No!
When the brand new recruits come, it's a complete culture shock to them.
Get out the bus!
You see the famous yellow footprints. At that time, you're like, oh crap, this is for real.
Those first hours of boot camp, a recruit's life as they know it is cut off. And 12 weeks of intense training begins. Private Reed Jones was one of those recruits.
He stood out, to be honest. But he was a good kid, definitely one of the more motivated ones that I had in my platoon.
Motivation from the drill instructors is what drives each recruit to the very end of basic training. It's a journey none of them could have done without the support of their families, who they haven't seen or hugged in 90 days.
Probably the most amazing day since his actual birth. I couldn't wait to touch his face. So just to touch him and know that he's good and he's okay, just to touch him was the most amazing feeling.
This new group of Marines get to finish boot camp with their families.
The pride is unbelievable. I think we're more than proud. To see him in uniform was incredible.
It's indescribable. It's an amazing feeling. To know that you just accomplished a dream that you've had since you were 8 years old makes you feel really proud. To know that I'm going to replace the ones who've gone before me.
Private Jones says becoming a Marine gives a whole new meaning to the few and the proud. Reporting in San Diego, Tatum Guinn, CBS 7 News.